Hello, and welcome to Duos in Destiny, where two thespians wax poetically about the potential of combining a dragon and a dungeon. What'll happen? Who knows? But you might find out tonight as we play D&D, a Spelljammer-inspired campaign that is homebrewed by yours truly. I'm your Dungeon Master Logan, and I'd like to give a very special shout out to two important people in our lives. Jason Wardell of In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. His sweet, sweet dulcet tones you can hear in the background playing right now. Check him out on Instagram and Spotify and Bandcamp to support him from us. Other than that, please check out Roll for Sketching on Instagram. Hopefully you've seen some of our character art. If you haven't, be sure to check it out, and then check out her page as well to see any of our awesome artwork. Without further ado, over to you.
Hey guys, it's Brandon, your player, and we are two thespians just making our way. Boy, are we so excited for you guys to tune in to another episode of Commander's Log. Episode 17, you know? It's hard to believe, and we can't thank you guys enough. All the support's been phenomenal. We appreciate it. Remember to check out the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If you're needing to listen to us instead of visually watch us, you can check us on Spotify, which is still cool because you can watch it and bounce between listen only mode. So that's a pretty neat thing. Cool tool. We actually have some friends that use that. Oh boy. Hopefully you enjoyed 16. That was there was a lot there, but I guess that just takes us right back in to last time on Commander's Log.
Commander's Log.
Carson took his time talking to the chiefs of now the Raw Wasp people. There was congratulatory talk with, finding an end to hopefully this war that was ongoing with the Surians. But more importantly, there was sorrow and a form of regret for the loss of Carlisle. It was handled well, mostly above board, but that led Carson to an interesting time, I guess one would say. One where he sought an ally that he could somewhat trust, looking for something to be there and help him along the ship. And that kind of led him to Pizor. He asked him to talk, and they found themselves about 30 minutes outside of the Rawas, now kind of civilization that's been structured, where he eventually kind of asked him to come aboard the Starhammer and, even if it's short term, be there to help him. He's proven himself in battle, but to be there and help along the Starhammer, Pizor agreed willingly, and they talked for a while, exchanged stories. Before the next morning, they headed back to Torvengard in order to lay Carlisle to rest. The trip was quick, almost too quick, as Carson eventually came face to face with Admiral Jim Horner. That conversation was not pretty in the slightest, but ultimately led to an understanding and all information on the table for what could be happening and what one could only assume learning your best friend has passed. It was hard. Carson took this moment in a new feeling, a new revival kind of feeling, that he shouldn't take things for granted, and sought out his mom, asking Pizor to accompany him, which gained all sorts of curious attention and looks from the denizens of Torvengard. But he sought out his mother, and they planned to have dinner, where I think we kind of find ourselves just kind of like right before that dinner, back on Torvengard.
Yes.
If I didn't ramble enough for you.
Nope, and that is where we shall pick up there with Pizor and Carson wandering through Torvengard. There's really just about anything you guys can accomplish. Having just left baked crumbs with a fresh bag of pastries, you guys have an afternoon to kill. doing just about anything you could want here in the city. If it's just showing him around, taking him to your favorite places, or going off back to the Starhammer, I apologize.
How many hours probably until
Like
where are we at in the day?
Let's say it was 1 o'clock, and you'd
Yeah.
probably typically eat dinner around 5 or 6. So you've got 4 hours ish to kill.
I guess I'd say we'll probably head back to the Starhammer to check in with Zage.
Mhm.
It's probably kind of a necessity to kind of figure out our next game plan, make sure any necessary accommodations are made that need to be made, what I need to do in order to respectfully be there. I want to keep my mind busy, but also at the same time, I don't want to like shove off responsibilities that I could partake to help.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
absolutely. Whenever you return to the Starhammer, it's a meandering walk for you and Pizor, kind of snacking on a bag of pastries between the two of you as you return. You are able to find your way back to the docks themselves. And they're still pretty populated. The crowd was dispersed to usher Carlisle's body back up to the manor. But since then, it has died down, or it has repopulated with about the normal amount of denizens. And there is a small buzz about the arrival of the Starhammer. And moreover, upon your and Pizor's arrival, there's kind of a lot of buzz, especially as the two of you journey straight towards the Starhammer. A couple of dots start to get connected, and people realize the stranger, the lion folk walking amongst 90% humans, dwarves, gnomes, and earth genasi, sticks out like a sore thumb, and there's only one place he could have came from. And so there's a lot of buzz as you guys walk through and kind of like talking and pointing, outright pointing at this point. And Pizor, as he's kind of like striding next to you, whispers over. He says, "Is it always like this? Am I always going to draw this much attention here?"
I don't know that I can answer that truly. Nobody's seen anybody like you. I mean, eventually I'm sure you'll be a local known legend to a certain extent. Everybody will know of the Lion Man that walked through. So
I could be like the boogeyman, and they could tell the kids the lion man will come for you. I won't do that.
it's not a bad idea. I mean, really put the legend to good use, maybe.
It could possibly.
But no, hopefully that the Starhammer has a good connotation, and it means something that you came from the Starhammer. There's something else I did want to talk to you about.
Of course.
If anybody asks who you are, questions, whatever have you, I figured it would probably be important for you to have a title of sorts.
A title?
Just for an understanding, people here in Torvengard, like you said, are staring and giving you the oogly googly eyes nonstop. In case something were to arise, I think you could be known as the lieutenant of the Starhammer.
Look, is this a title of honor, I suppose?
It would be, and it comes with a purpose, obviously. For one, being associated to the Starhammer, to Carlisle Colchester's Starhammer, holds great prestige. And to hold the title of that ship, it is an honor. And I hope that you understand that. And I do not give it away freely. It means something.
Of course. I can feel the honor within the title. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will not squander the opportunity.
So, if it's necessary, I'm not one. Titles don't make a difference. Given your situation, it might be important. If we get separated and people start to ask or the guards start to pull wander on you, any ridiculous situation you might find yourself in, unluckily, but I don't plan on leaving your side if I can help it, so.
I would appreciate that. I'm sure I would get lost, honestly.
But hold on, did you try
this place is a maze.
Did you try this one?
Oh no, I haven't.
Yeah, that's the blueberry.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my mother makes. She's been making that for years, decades.
Oh goodness.
It's phenomenal.
Tart, sweet,
Yeah.
flaky. We can take more of these.
Yeah, I plan on asking my mother for quite some before we leave.
We will have to.
Yeah. Are you much of a cook or a baker yourself?
No, not at all.
Darn.
Sorry.
No, that's
Never
fine.
been a skill of mine.
Maybe we need to. Well, Zage isn't a bad baker, but his hands are kind of full.
He is a busy man, of
Yeah.
course.
Maybe this is when. I don't know. It's nice not having too big of a crew, but I could see the benefit of having one or two more on board. Maybe something to think about.
It is a big ship. I can feel the emptiness left behind.
I do want to say I appreciate you taking this risk and coming with me. I know I asked a lot to step away from your home. That is scary. Apparently, that's hilarious. It's on Do Not Disturb too. Scary and serious. Sound familiar?
Super funny.
That was scary.
Honestly, it threw me for a loop. I was like, whose voice is that? That's funny.
But I appreciate it.
It is, honestly, I could not think of anything better I could be doing with my time. The other wave speaker apprentices, I mean, just because I was the best, doesn't mean I will not be missed, but
But do they all take the place? I mean, would you all?
there can only be one.
So you would all compete ultimately?
Yes, ultimately. They will always hold the power, of course, but there would only be one wave speaker. So we're all in training for that position.
Interesting.
I've kind of forfeited it to pursue this. I think this is a better opportunity, honestly.
I'm glad you think so. Yeah, it's a lot.
I can imagine. Who knows what this will hold? What is around the corner today, tomorrow, the next day?
Well, I can tell you that I've had one day like another.
I believe that.
So, well, cool. All right. Well, let's head back. Let's check in with Sage.
I'll say just about that time. I would assume you guys are probably like walking through the city.
There's the ship right there.
You guys basically arrive at the Starhammer at that point, and the crane is already lowered, kind of on the dock as like a transport between. So, with a tug of a rope, you guys can get hoisted back into the Starhammer whenever. You basically just arrive and are good to be lifted back on. You find the top deck of the Starhammer is empty. There is no sign of movement anywhere on the top.
Sage, can you hear me? I just call out loud.
No response.
I'll head towards the jamming helm.
Okay. You go down the first flight of stairs where the... Oh man, I forgot what the actual name of the deck is. It's not the... It might be in the same vein as the cargo deck, perhaps. No.
Oh, the first deck would be the cannon.
Okay, yes, it would be the cannon deck, right, and that would be where the Spelljamming helm is located.
Yes, sir.
So you descend from the Fantel deck down into the cargo deck. Spelljamming helm, empty.
I knock on his door to his quarters is beside it, so I knock on the door.
The door is shut, but there's no answer.
Go down to I go down to his laboratory.
Laboratory.
Indeed.
Which would be, I think we've established that was in the cargo hold area.
It was on the cannon
like
deck.
in the front area of the
Yeah.
cargo hold was where we had it, I
Yes.
believe. As you proceed down the stairs, you pass pass near where the hallway leads towards your and Carlisle's rooms, and you see that Carlisle's door is open.
That's Pizor. Hold on. I slowly look around the corner.
You see Zage within Carlisle's room, just kind of tidying things, putting things away, taking a lot of the scattered projects and kind of like dividing them out into boxes. There's the help of Ada and Ben, the two of the automatons. Oh, yes.
It's just me. I didn't want to startle you, Sage.
Good to see you.
What are you doing?
I figured probably ought to go through his things.
You think?
I didn't want a mausoleum of Carlisle on the ship.
It's fair. I was too afraid. I was too afraid to come in here, to take anything, to move anything. Makes you feel like it's not real, like he's still here.
Truthfully, I didn't want to face anybody. I tried to tinker. I just didn't have the same luster.
No, I know.
Like, I would ask for a tool and it wouldn't show up.
You know that one time I was late and I came down there and you just started showing him. I think he was starting to grasp to use the mending spell.
Yeah.
That,
I remember that fondly.
that was quite. He was so happy. He was always happy, or scared. Typically, it's one of the two.
He led with his heart.
Absolutely. He had a giant heart.
He did.
I can get this. Don't know, I'll help you. And I start putting some of these papers away. When is the service going to be?
Tandem and I haven't talked. I don't know.
All right.
Pizor just does like a gentle knock. And he's like, I do not mean to interrupt, but Zage, do you care if I go sit at the helm? I would like to try to I don't want to fly, I just want to get comfortable. Flex the muscles. Sorry, I was looking at you to answer, and I was like, why is he not talking? That's me.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the dungeon master now.
Zage.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So dumb.
You're like looking into my soul.
Yeah.
You were like, say something. Do it. Do it now.
Sage chimes in after a long pause. That's fine, Pizor. That's fine.
A very long
Just
pause.
don't break anything. And Pizor slips away, leaving the two of you in the room.
Hey, Zage. What are your thoughts on if we were to bring in another one or two people upon the ship? Just in supportive roles.
Do you have anyone in mind?
It's kind of a loaded question. I've got an old friend. He's pretty good cook. Didn't know if it'd help kind of take off some of the responsibilities a little bit. I mean, you know how much of a non-fighter I was the first day I stepped on the ship, and he is probably that times 10. Not really one for fighting, but could help around the ship, maybe in different aspects, and be here with you.
I wouldn't mind that.
I think you'd like him.
So long as he knows the dangers that come with being here.
It would have to be established.
Unless you want me to, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, no. Is that what came across?
No.
Okay.
There's
no way in the world that I could even come close to doing this without you, Sage. I want to make that very well clear.
Okay.
I don't even, when I say that sentence, I don't even know what it is I'm saying that I'm doing, because I went and looked to Carlisle. To him, as a gesture pulling towards his desk. I followed his lead.
I think he looked to you just as much.
Sure, maybe in like a leadership way, like in the extent of like he was just waiting for my input, but he knew what to do. We went where he wanted us to go. It wasn't my decisions to do things necessarily, without at least a collective.
He kind of stops. And he reaches into his coat. And he says, I think it is yours now. And he just kind of sets a folded letter on the desk.
What's that?
I found it in the desk.
No.
Top drawers.
How do you know it's not meant for you?
Well, he addressed a portion of it to you. He wrote it that morning.
What morning? Before the war?
Yeah. Before the two of you went down and walked amongst everyone. I saw him on the deck, writing something. I was too busy to ask. I don't know if he saw it coming, or if he was just so scared.
I can't read that right now, Sage.
I can hold on to it if you need. I was going to give it to Tantham. He's in there as well. I guess it's about as best of a will as he had.
Is it best if I read it now? Is it important if I read it now? Can I wait?
It can wait.
How long?
As long as you need.
Is it important that Tantham sees it?
Probably.
Excuse me.
I think it would help bring closure for Tantham. Seeing his handwriting, his final thoughts, I think it would help Tantham a lot.
I'll hold on to this.
Okay. And you see the very meticulous and like perfected writing of a cartographer. Hence why it's printed, not in my own handwriting.
I put it into my coat.
Okay.
It doesn't feel right for anybody else to be in this room.
No. No one has to.
No one has to.
We can close the doors, turn it into storage, keep the automatons in it, or do nothing at all. We're not lacking for the space.
No, not by any means.
I don't want to be in the room. I'm fine where I'm at.
Kind of. It'd be nice if it was a way for us to come sit in here when we wanted to remember him. To still kind of. So our captain's still here.
Of course. I would like that.
Sage, do you have plans for this evening? In a few hours for dinner?
You're looking at it.
I'd like for you to come with me
Sure.
to my parents.
Oh,
They're making, my mother and father are making dinner. I think I would like for you to meet them. If you're okay with that.
I would like that a lot.
Might be the break we needed a little bit.
I think it would be nice to know more about the young man I'm traveling with.
I'd like for you to know more. Here, and I pull off a piece of scratch paper, see it through his desk, and I write my address on it, presumably knowing that he can probably travel throughout the city with no issues at all. So,
Yeah.
with how long he's been here, so.
Absolutely.
I'll probably start heading that way fairly soon. I haven't seen my family for quite some time, and, well, they believed I was dead, I think, to a certain aspect. So,
We were gone for 11 days.
well, even before then,
Oh,
yeah, it's the whole situation from the get-go is rather sticky. So,
since we met you.
yeah. The last month or so, close to it, I think.
That's a lot on a parent's heart. Oh, are you sure you want me there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be. Yes,
Okay, I'll be there.
very well. 5 o'clock.
Of course.
Okay. It still smells like him.
The gunpowder and grease.
Yeah.
Little bit of stale coffee breath.
Where's his pistol at?
And he points to the desk. Kind of like, almost like Tantham displayed it there. There is the pistol with the glowing crystal cylinder. Kind of just propped up.
Tantham was on the ship? Tantham came aboard the ship?
Tantham. What do
You said Tantham displayed it there.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Zage?
Wrong gnome. Yes,
Okay.
Zage. Yes, Zage said it there. And it's not like you guys have cleared out his room by any means. It's mostly like there were a lot of unfinished projects of different designs of firearms, small, like almost unidentifiable tinkering projects that just have like a smattering of parts, and instead of them being spread out across the desk and all available shelf space, it's kind of been condensed into smaller crates and just kind of cleaned up a little bit.
Sure.
And Tantham at this point kind of like stops and
Zages.
Jeez, did I do it again?
It's okay.
Get back to Torvengard for one day. Zage at this point plops into a large overstuffed chair that is Carlisle size, and he kind of just swallowed in the chair and he stops, just kind of tired looking.
You should take a nap. Take it.
Are you saying that because I'm old?
No, give yourself a moment to breathe. It'd probably be nice.
You're right. Gotta be at my best for tonight.
That's, not necessary whatsoever.
You know, I get cranky without my naps.
And Zage, I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon, Carlisle.
I need to get out of here.
God, I cannot get names right.
That one hurts, too. And Carson walks away.
Zage would not mix the names up. Logan is just a ding-dong.
He goes, I go find Pizor in the helm.
Okay. You can see Pizor's in the chair, eyes kind of filmed over, as if they would be when he's attuned to the helm. And he says, "It is so weird. I saw you coming. I didn't listen in, I promise.
No, that's fine.
It'd be too intrusive."
How does it feel?
Like I am so much bigger than myself here.
Well, it is a rather large ship.
Huge. Those little automatons are funny.
They are. They're very useful. Very, very useful. They each have a specialty. You'll come to know them all. Ada, Sid, Hack, Ben, Rio. I'm missing one.
Ada, Ben, Rio, Hack. Oh man.
And Kit.
There we go. I was like, it's one of the torpedo ones.
But you'll get to know them all. They don't say anything, but they're pretty cool. Well, we've got about an hour, I think. Of course, start heading towards dinner.
Of course. You know the way best.
Okay. You ready? You good?
I am, yes.
Okay.
And he kind of like drops out of the concentration and hops off the helmet, stretches real quick. Okay, I'm ready.
I take them
Alrighty.
to my home.
Once more, drawing all the looks you could imagine as you guys wander through town. The crowd's actually a little bit bigger at this point, almost as if they're waiting. Like rumors spread of the Lion Man getting back on the Starhammer, and now that he's off, you guys notice there's quite a bit of crowd, and they're all kind of like politely staring in a way, like they were looking busy, and then as you guys approach, they kind of like everyone kind of pauses what they do, and it's as if like a few hundred eyes just watch.
Is this too much? I do have an item that could change your appearance.
Honestly, I think it's because they think I look good.
Well, it could be true. All right. Just over here.
And he just kind of waves at quite a few people. And like as soon as he waves, they all go back about their business.
Okay.
Journeying through Torvengard, you guys slowly make your way back up to your parents, the district that your parents live in. Everything begins to get so very familiar. The feeling of home the familiar path you walked from the docks to home. The sense, the people, everything feels so familiar, yet so disconnected, like it's a life so far behind you. And finally, you walk up to your parents' house, and you see the curtains kind of like quickly move in the window, and the front door bursts open, and Corvin, your younger brother, rushes out to you and pretty much tackles you where you stand.
He tries.
Yes, absolutely. He kind of just like impacts straight into you. Carson.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Oh my goodness, where have you been? Why didn't you take me? Why didn't you tell me where you were going?
It's fine.
You look so different now.
In due time.
Oh, did I tell you? I tried out for the slam racing team. I made it.
No kidding.
And at that point, you look up and you see your father, Tobias, standing on the stoop of the porch, kind of like a flour-dusted apron on, and he runs his fingers through his hair, kind of leaving like a trace of flour. And he says, "Son, whoa,
Hey, Dad.
by the creators." And he just rushes over to you and pulls you into a big embrace.
Got both of them, embracing my brother and my dad.
Pizor's just kind of standing there awkwardly. And your father, like, looks up to him. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Where's my manners? I'm Tobias. This is Corvin. You are Pizor. Pleasure to meet you." And there's pleasantries exchanged. And Tobias calls back in. He says, "Key, prepare. I hope you prepared more. Carson brought company." And you guys are led inside. Reaching your nose first is the so familiar smell of home wrapped with your favorite meal. You can smell the crisp baked chicken, the creamy sauce wafting throughout the air, and fresh baked bread like only your mother could make it.
She made an Alfredo.
Alfredo.
It's a type of pasta. It's a family recipe. I think you'll be very pleased.
Most of what you just said is lost upon me, but
I apologize.
if it's anything like the Blueberry Bakery,
A little bit different, but it's very similar. You're in for a treat.
I can't wait.
I do have one more coming. Just so you guys do know.
One more coming.
Rather small, but...
Of course. Please, come in.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
Well,
so...
It probably doesn't take much to know that, this guy is not from here.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin, son. It's... please come in.
Yeah, of course.
I'm dumbfounded.
Please, Paizo.
Pizor just walks in, kind of like ducking into the stoop. He's probably like a few inches taller than you.
Yeah. Okay.
You find you guys in the familiar, comfortable abode that you grew up in and came to love.
Find my way. Probably just go ahead and find my way to the table to sit down for conversation. And...
The table looks in onto the kitchen where you can see your mother kind of like tidying things up. You see the freshly flour-dusted countertop, the pasta rollers, the boiling pot of water on the cooktop, and just the smells that overtake you. Nothing quite like home, truly. Pizor takes a seat next to you, and your mother looks up and she says, "Oh, it's so wonderful to see you again. Pizor, was it?" Yes, it is me, Pizor. It is a pleasure to be welcomed into your home. It smells otherworldly in here. I cannot wait. And I guess wherever the conversation starts. Mind you, your brother is a flood of questions to the point where your dad is kind of like not shooing him away, but like shooing him to silence because he just won't quit. Like, where have you been? Why didn't you take me? You know, like everything in between. 20 days worth of catching up. Truly 20 days, because I think this journey started on the 7th, and it is the 27th.
Will gladly invoke everything, excluding the initial. Anything dealing with Cognon.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened to me initially. I don't bring up.
So you include beating Carlisle,
mm-hmm.
the Starhammer.
Yeah, meeting Carlisle that night in the Starhammer. And I allude to that. There was trouble, not from me, but I ended up in some trouble, unfortunately. The circumstances, but that put me in some danger. But yeah, I exclude the whole Cognitive push currently.
Okay.
But then I just go, especially from the Carlisle on, I would gladly give all that information to. I elude it for quite some time, but I eventually get around to saying that Carlisle fell but a few days prior.
Carlisle fell?
Yes. Yes, he did. He took a hit that we weren't planning for, and it was catastrophic.
Quick sidebar. Do you mention anything about Themis? Possibly your new powers?
No.
Okay.
Very humble about it, and I definitely don't bring in the aspect of me talking to Themis. I might include, like, through this, I've come to some faith, and I talk to Themis that way. I don't go, well, yeah, I've spoken to Themis on a personal level multiple times now.
Do you include like all the battles and the fights?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, cool. During the conversation, especially when you touch on Grey Grim Island, your brother is just enwrapped in the entire story that you're telling. Just awe. If there was popcorn, he'd be just chowing it down. And your father pauses and he says, "The fishermen came home with tales of Carlisle Colchester and an angel that sacrificed himself for everyone on Grey Grim." Is that you, son?
I don't know if I'd go to that extent. Could be.
You were the one fighting alongside Carlisle, right?
Yes, sir.
You're a hero. You wouldn't believe the amount of stories I've heard about you. I didn't know it was you. Everybody at school was just talking about Carlisle, the Starhammer, and the Angel, and everything they've done, and the adventures they're off fighting to save Torvengard. And it was you the whole time.
It can stay that way. It's fine. No.
Your father takes a very serious moment to kind of like place his hand on Corvin's shoulder and explain to him the gravity of the situation.
My life changed through circumstance almost a month ago, and that's not by my own wish. It's not that I change it. I don't care for titles. I want to do what's right. I just want to do what's right. I want you guys to be proud of me.
I couldn't tell you how proud that makes me of you. to know I raised a boy to fight alongside Carlisle for the name of the city, putting himself before others. The tales that I have heard, even if they're fisherman tales, I couldn't be more proud, son.
Thanks, Dad. And I'm sure you know how those guys are.
Tall tales from them. They caught a fish this big. But when they all come back telling the same story.
Maybe some of it's true. Maybe some of it. By the way, this is Age.
I was going to say, Zage he's not late by any means, but is where you guys departed pretty much an hour early. He arrives at about like 15 to 10 till 5. Not empty-handed. He has like a bouquet of flowers that he arrives.
Fancy guy.
I didn't know what to bring. You said dinner and your family, so...
This is more than enough, Zage. Everybody, this is Age.
Your father is kind of like taken aback. Zage. Cool. It is such an honor to meet you. Zage kind of has a long-standing history as one of the original jammers, a very skilled, practiced jammer that almost was like forced into retirement onto the Starhammer, where he just kind of toiled away until Carlisle finally took to the skies.
Right.
So whenever he was retired, he kind of just disappeared, like he wasn't a public figure anymore. So it's this moment of like recognition, and not just a name to a face, but like reassociation, Yeah, and it is a kind of like a starstruck moment in the smallest sense. Like your dad doesn't fanboy over him, but working on the docks, he knows of Zage a lot. He's heard so many stories of Zage, and to find that he was the invite, your dad is just flabbergasted at that point. Continuing on with the retelling of everything that you guys have done, I assume you go on to tell them about Vistrotar as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll let Pizor explain his people to, like give him a moment.
Yeah.
Gladly sitting back and just listening.
And contrary to your stories, where it was very humble, he refers to you as the Kuritas, the savior of his people.
Gosh.
The one that came from the stars to lead them into their future. And finally he kind of stops and he looks at you with like this admiring smile, and he's like, "It is the whole reason I agreed to come this far."
You're too sweet, Pizor. He's a great man. That's the reason that he's here with us. Hey, Dad, do you see Brish much still working at the docks?
I do, yeah. He's a lot quieter now. Son, I don't want to make you feel bad or ashamed of your actions or anything. We all thought you were dead. We sent out posters. Got the guards involved. It's been weeks. We could only presume. But to think you were on the Starhammer this whole time, with Zage and Carlisle. Somehow, you managed to surround yourself in greatness.
In due time, I'll explain everything. There's some things that I can't yet but just know it was for your safety. There's a reason that I had to disappear.
Of course. We will not pry any more than we need to. Just know, we're glad you're home. And please, if you're going to disappear again, just tell us.
Well, I'm very pleased to be home. Very pleased to be home.
Are you staying?
Afraid probably not for long. We are set to pay our respects for Carlisle very soon. I'd like for you to join.
Of course.
I still have some unfinished business to take care of.
I knew that answer was coming.
I know you did.
I just wanted to hear it from you yourself. Mrs. Hallowbrand, this food is just incredible. I cannot believe how good it is. This chicken Alfredo, you call it. And what is this? You said garlic bread? Can I have more? And your mother, yes, of course. There's always room for seconds. And kind of like taking a jovial turn, you guys turn to the evening of just enjoying each other's company after a full, long conversation of catching everybody up. The most important details are out in the air.
Yeah, just talk until talk. I'm sure that's like one of those nights where it is
Yeah.
late.
Yeah. Corvin tries to stay up as long as he can until your parents send him off to bed for school in the morning. And then they look at the company that you guys keep. And you say, we have spare rooms. 2. Well, I mean, Carson, your room, of course, and then one other. Sage says, I'll sleep in my own. Don't worry about me. You don't need to accommodate myself. Carson, I'll be back at the Starhammer.
Very well.
I'll see you soon, I suppose.
Yes. We probably set to talk with Tantum tomorrow.
Yes. Mrs. and Mr. Hallowbrand, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for welcoming into your home, sharing your son with me. Thank you. And your dad kind of gets up from the chair, shakes his hand vigorously. And, no, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. You continue to do. And with that, Sage departs.
I believe we'll find our way back to the Jim Horner Manor. It's probably important we speak with Tantum first thing in the morning.
Of course, that's understandable.
I'll let you know immediately, as fast as I can, when we get information.
Okay.
It's great to see you guys. It's
So
really,
good to see you.
It's really great to see you guys.
I can't believe how much you've changed in just so few short days.
I tell myself that many times.
I love you, son.
I love you too, Dad.
You're a man I'm quite proud of. And your mother and father give you a huge embrace. Your mother hugs Pizor. Father shakes his hand. They thank each other for the night. And you guys start wandering back toward the Starhammer. And it's very late into the evening. Probably even maybe early morning hours. And it's been a very long time since you were out this late on Torvengard. And it almost has this, like, eerie feeling in the back of your spine. Like the night that you woke up, middle of the night on Torvengard, 20 days ago, before meeting Carlisle, before leaving the Torvengard. Before everything, it was probably the last time you had spent any time walking through the city at night. But you have Zage, or you have Pizor here with you. Man, I am so bad with names tonight.
You get the nail on the head. I don't walk him back to the manor.
Oh, really?
We go to the Star Swirl.
Okay, yeah. It is still down on like the dock level of the
Right.
Yeah, of Torvengard, but you head towards the familiar streets that occupied the Star Swill, and you see the familiar shabby tavern with no din of noise coming in from outside, or coming from within the building.
Man, we head in. This is where I met Carlisle. I think it could be appropriate.
Is this considered a nice establishment?
Not in the slightest. Follow me.
I didn't want to be judgmental, but it looks a little ramshackled.
You wouldn't be wrong.
As you guys push past the hinged saloon doors that are kind of like sagging on their hinges, you see Dugan in the corner with a tankard in front of him, just sipping, drinking, back to the door, not even acknowledging that you guys walked in. No other patrons.
Evening, Dugan.
Yes.
4 ales, please.
Oh. Got it. And he kind of like stumbles over to the barkeep, pulls 4 ales, sets them in front of you.
How much?
4 copper. 4 silver. Sorry, wrong. Currency. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure it was 2 silver last time, so I'm going to stay with that. It's 8. 8 silver total. 2 per tavern, or 2 per mug.
Okay, I just dropped down a gold then.
Okay. Next one's on me.
You got it, Dugan. We'll be upstairs on the 2nd floor. This way, Pfizer. And I go to that same table that I met Carlisle at.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I met a dwarf drinking through his forehead. And I just go into telling the story about how I met Carlisle, ixnaying me dying part, but me walking into this bar.
Okay.
I don't talk about that by any means, but him coming into disguise,
Yeah.
drinking the tankard up through his forehead, and
Yeah.
our funny coincidence. Share a few drinks with him before finally finding our way back to the manor for sake of brevity.
Yeah, absolutely.
While I'm sitting there, though, I feel inside my coat. As if I say, and I tell you, there's a place I should read this. This feels right.
Of course.
I don't read this aloud,
Okay.
but I will be reading it aloud.
I was hoping so, because I was like, honestly, when I typed that up, I was like, man, if I just give that to him, I hope he reads it aloud, because otherwise,
No.
what am I doing for a few minutes?
Of course. To whom it may concern.
Inspiration on your next. Just you got inspiration for that one alone.
I write this letter in the sunrises of the plains of Vistador. From aboard the deck of the Starhammer, I see, far below us, the people that Carson and I are destined to save. My name was Carlisle Colchester. Once I was lost among the stars. That is until I found my people of Torvengard. Torvengard was my home, but I never felt home. I always felt lost. If you are reading this, then I have perished. and with any hope, someone has survived to deliver this letter to whom it may concern. I, Captain Carlisle Colchester, marched to my death alongside my hero, Carson Halbrand, and I did so with pride, purpose, and a sense of belonging. I died for a cause I believe in, alongside people I believe in. We fight for a cause that is so much bigger than ourselves, the fight cannot stop with us. That fight is the fight for what is good and just in this world. That is why I fight alongside Carson. To my dearest friend, Tantum Jim Horner, I do not have enough paper to tell you all that you have meant to me. From when I first met you on the slopes of Torvengard, to the first ship we ever built and set sail through the wild space, to you urging me to take my first flight. You have pushed me to make something for myself, when all I wanted to do was hide from my fear. Because of you, people look up to me. They hold me to a standard I don't hold for myself. Whenever I have doubt, I only have to ask myself, what would Tantum do? And the answer comes to me. Tantum, you always joked your success was due to standing on the shoulders of a giant. You were wrong. You are the reason I stood. To Zage. Zage, you have been my sanity for years. I'm sorry you were stuck under the assignment of the jammer aboard the Starhammer. You were, and still are, the most capable jammer I have ever met. Your skills were squandered toiling away on the deck of the ship while I refused to let the Starhammer take flight. You were a true and loyal friend that stood beside me, no matter what I put you through. And this is the heart, that calloused, wrinkled exterior. Or there is a heart within that calloused, wrinkled exterior, rather. I thank you deeply for everything you have done. To Carson. I don't know where to begin or end, but here goes. Everything changed when you stumbled upon me in the Star Swill. It felt fated to meet you there. It's as if the pieces fell into place to set me on the path I was always meant to be on. Because of you, I finally left Torvengard, and we've accomplished more than I thought possible. And we've seen the impossible and the improbable. I finally feel like I have a purpose. We became the Curitas, saviors of an entire people. You are fearless, strong, and a true hero. You are my hero, a brave man of conviction and strong morals. You have a heart of bravery and bravery abound. You are the spark of hope for all that you meet. In regards to my possessions, everything at the Jim Horde Manor goes to Tantum Jim Horner. I bought it with his money anyways. My personal effects aboard the Starhammer, and on my person I give the Sage Warpip, Hebble Fibble. We crafted nearly everything together. It is all as much his as it was ever mine. The Starhammer, however, was bequeathed to me, and as such is mine to give away. I give the Starhammer to Carson Halbrand. Captain Carson Halbrand. He can do more good with that ship than if it was in my possession of anybody else I know. Signed, Carlisle Colchester, Captain of the Starhammer. I look up at Pizor with plenty of tears just gingerly falling down my cheeks. I slide this back into my coat. Well, that's probably all for this evening. We should go get some rest.
I think we both need it.
Yeah. I take him back to the manor. I escort him to the room that I've been staying in. And I go to Carlisle's room and sleep on the chair that I slept on the first night.
Okay. And if you need to, you can take a long rest. For whatever it would be worth.
I don't think I need to.
Huge shout out to you for heading to the Star Swill.
That was...
It didn't even occur to me until you got to that part in the letter that I was like, dang, that's really, like, that's perfect right there. So that's
When we were at my parents' house, I was like, I have to, like, go to the Star Swill tonight.
yeah.
Like, to take Pizor there. It was like a full circle, like... Carlisle welcomed me in, and I'm welcoming Pizor in. And then to read that, I was like, this is the perfect place to read it. I mean...
Yeah.
This is where it all began.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm also super upset. I spent way too much time picking a font to match like what I figured Carlisle's calligraphy would look like. And by the time I printed it off, for some reason, I don't know, like if the Word document changed it or what, or if it didn't save the font, but it's just stupid, like Times New Roman or whatever, like Comic Sans or something.
Yeah.
It's not even a good font, and I'm so mad about it. But like, no, genuinely,
And guess what? You can always print it off.
Yeah, there we go.
So that was a great letter.
Good. Not a dry eye in the house. With the long rest, you wake up and you hear a soft knock on the door outside. In the familiar voice of Rebecca, their maid. Dee Dee, we heard you come in last night. We've got a breakfast ready.
Absolutely. I just kind of stand up and run my hands through my hair to get rid of the chair head. Pause.
Would you mind grabbing the other one?
Yes. Is Admiral still here?
He's at breakfast.
Very well. Thank you, Rebecca. I'll be down very shortly. And I'll go wake up Pizor.
Okay.
And I'll lead him down to breakfast.
I have never slept so well in my life. It is like sleeping on what I think a cloud would be.
And that bed is... Yeah, I don't think money can buy much better.
Can we take the bed?
Probably. But the beds aren't terrible on the ship. They're pretty well.
Oh, I have a bed.
Yeah, in your room.
I'm not going to lie, I just slept on the deck the other day.
I showed you that room on the cannon deck.
You did.
In below deck. Well, sorry.
It is a strange concept to sleep in a room.
That's fair. That's very, very fair. Yes, but I mean, that room is yours.
Oh,
To do what you will. It's not bad size.
of course. Thank you, I will utilize it.
Make it feel like home. And if there's anything, well, we can speak after. We'll speak after breakfast. And if there's anything that we need to get you, we'll get. Right now I need to go speak with Tantum.
Of course.
If you're hungry, breakfast is going to be in abundance. So,
Starving.
yeah, don't worry. We'll go down to breakfast.
Okay. You go down to breakfast, and you are correct. It is in abundance. It is a full spread of just about anything you could imagine or want. Sausages, quiches, all sorts of breads and toasts. Whatever you would like. And Tanthum is there, waiting, not touching a meal yet. And as you walk in, good morning.
Morning.
Carson, Pizor, please. Whatever you may like.
I sit directly next to Tantum. Like, I'm sure he's at the head of the table, but I sit right next to him.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep?
I slept. And you kind of take a second glance and you see the weariness in his eyes, and slight red puffiness.
Same.
This man was a lot more full when he was here. I took that for granted. Even when he was journeying out there amongst the stars with you, I still felt like he was here. Like he would come home.
I know. I know.
I'd like to bury him here.
I think you were the closest person he had to a real family. You know, it's not that I don't count myself. I think him and I had a very great connection in time, but you were the closest thing that Carlisle probably had to a brother. So whatever you wish, I deem is more than necessary, if that counts for anything.
I was going to invite Ogre to oversee the ceremony. Of course, once we tell her, we must tell the king. I would like a private funeral.
Absolutely.
Me, you, Paizo, you are welcome, and Ogre. The three of us shared a lot of conversations together. She would like the closure just as much as I would.
Sure.
Whenever we do tell the king, I can only imagine he's going to want some kind of large ceremony to remember him. Carlisle was an icon on Torfengard,
Absolutely.
a symbol of possibility. It's going to be a very big to-do about it. Don't look at me like that. But the private funeral is my main priority right now.
I think I'd like to be gone before that happens. Not the private, but anything big and grandeur. We both know that Carlisle was not a grandiose figure.
No,
It doesn't feel like him, and I know he is a figure of the people. I just it doesn't feel right.
I agree. When you say you'd like to go, where are you wanting to go? What are your plans, I guess?
So that's something. There's so many emotions and so many unanswered questions that have come to my mind in the past 72 hours, 96 hours. Do I assume I now answer to you directly. And I think this might be important as well. And I pull this out of my... and I slide it across the table. This was Carlisle's last wishes, as Zage found in his personal belongings.
He pulls the letter up and he starts to unfold it.
I know. I had it in my possessions for several hours before I had the courage to even open it.
Do you need this back?
No, sir.
Thank you. I'll give this to you in case you want to hold on to it, but...
Yeah, I want to put it in a frame.
Yeah,
Give you
there we go.
be
Just
kinda
staple
cool.
it.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool.
It would.
How'd you say? I've never been one. I don't want to say I run away from conflict, but I've been one to keep myself busy. And now's one of those times where I kind of just want to keep myself busy. We have some unanswered questions from Vishutal, which is also very important for you to know. That planet's huge.
You called it Vistrotal.
Yes. That is where our dear friend Pizor is from. We made great allies with the Rawas people. They are very fierce warriors. We only ever got started. We only really met a couple of civilizations there. That is a place that would be a phenomenal, dare I say, new Great Grim Island.
Oh,
I do not know its pattern or how far away it eventually goes. It is beautiful.
Pizor chimes in. There is space enough on the plains for all of your people. If your people are half of what Carson is, you are welcome on the plains. Tanthem says, are you saying Vistrotam might be a home for us?
Absolutely. We still need to do our due diligence. And I believe there may be more allies to gather. Potentially some relationships to mend among the planets still. It's not that it doesn't have its faults, like everywhere does. But there's a lot there.
A home for our people.
Carlisle and I spoke of it a few times.
Carlisle knew that was the reason why I pushed for the exploration so much. I could only trust him to do such a task. He placed a lot of faith in you. I trust you as much. If that is what you wish to do, you do not have to report to me. I am now officially Admiral of the Torvengard Astral Navy. If you wish to join our ranks, we welcome you. The Starhammer would be a welcome addition. But it is not required of you. Truthfully, I think you are better served completing this task. Securing the future of Torvengard while we ensure its safety.
So you are the Admiral of the new Navy then?
I am.
Congratulations.
It's a headache I never thought I'd want. The prestige is nice. But it was a whole lot cooler just owning a bunch of ships and playing pretend. Because that's all I truly was doing then, apparently. I'm out of my depth here. Thank the Creator for Mathilda.
Do we have... Forgive me. How much are our numbers?
We have 4 of the gym runners are committed. My own flagship. And we're producing another ship right now, another gem runner. The smaller bombards. The Onyx Eyes pledged their ships to the Navy as well. There's about 15 of them. Several of the fishermen have taken to joining the ranks as well. They mostly pilot the Scorpion ships. There's about 6 of them. We have a decent navy. And luckily, almost needed it, but you've missed a lot in 11 days.
What happened?
Well, after Grey Grim Island, we were scared. The king was scared. The people were scared. The fishermen didn't help with their tall tales. So, we started the Navy. We started recruitment, and we set up a defensive perimeter in Sector D to make sure nothing would come any closer to home, come find us. If what those Nyogi said were true, they were looking. They were going to find us eventually. It was 3 days ago when we encountered the first one. They were in Sector E still, moving towards Sector D. Our ships intercepted them, took the ship. We have one of the Nyogi hostage now. These creatures are vile.
Extremely.
They're hateful and evil. They're afraid of Cognan. Deeply afraid of him.
That makes sense.
We haven't seen hide nor hair of Cognan since Grey Grim Island.
Do we know where the Nyogi are coming from? We're in Sector E.
We think they're further than Sector E. We sent a couple tentative missions back to Grey Grim Island. We saw evidence of them being there. They wrecked the place. All our hard work, up in smoke. But we haven't run into them in since, aside from that one ship. We pushed further, and we still didn't find them. We believe they're coming from that direction. Somewhere further in the Terran fields. But we're not 100% sure where. So, to be precautious, we have the defensive barrier set up in Sector D, and a few exploratory missions that we go out on routes, essentially, to make sure they're not encroaching upon us. We've yet to get that Nyogi to talk, more than spit at us. Just claim
Can I speak with him?
the Nyogi.
Yes.
Yes.
Can be arranged today.
Well, we can arrange that, yeah. Be clear, we don't want any harm to come of it.
Tantum, I don't know that we have a choice. They're coming anyways. And whether we find information from this individual or not is what's important. If I learned anything from Carlisle, it's that our actions have consequences. If we don't figure out where they're coming from and find a way to stop them, we are on the precedence of a much larger scale that we've never even fathomed. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But what the enemy has out there, our ships aren't ready for. Many of our ships are not equipped. Fishing vessels. Some of those the Onyx clan ships. This is gonna be a rude awakening. Quick.
I kind of have a few hopes. What if we fled? It would take quite the effort
Absolutely.
to get all of us there.
What's the population of Torvengard?
North of 13,000.
On 50 ships? Less than?
The task. If that is less feasible to do as quickly as possible, you said you made allies. And Paizo, you spoke of your warrior tribesmen. Are these people that are willing to lend their hands to a war?
I cannot speak for everybody, but we have pledged ourselves to the Kuritas, followers of him. It was a prophecy that we would follow the Kuritas to the stars. We would be more than willing to complete that.
I mean, to relocate everybody would be a task of monumentous. That's...
The logistics are a nightmare.
Now, if we started slowly relocating individuals that are some of our best engineers and builders, and if we started setting up a small colony, we could send some there and bring some of the raw wasps back. That is the thought. I mean, we are going to outpace Torvengard. I think it's even fair to say that we are getting close to max population here.
We're pushing it, that's for sure. There's only so much we can self-sustain.
Well, the waters on Vishrata are beautiful. A huge ocean.
Ocean. That could be a plan. When I speak with the king, I could always propose this.
Whatever your decision is. But please, I'd like to speak with this Nyogi.
We can make that happen. How soon?
As soon as I can.
Okay. I was hoping to have the funeral for Carlisle this evening.
I think that'd be probably best as well. I would agree with that. Let's focus on that. We'll speak to the Neogi tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I'll probably plan to leave that evening, depending on the information that I'm able to gather.
That evening will probably be about the longest we can push off the ceremony for Carlisle.
And in the same breath, I'd like to respectfully decline your invitation to join the Navy. I think the Starhammer is capable of doing great good if I have the freedom that's been bestowed upon it.
I think that is also the best course of action.
Very well. What would you ask me to get for today?
For today. Not much more. I do have one question. The orrery that we gave of you. You still have it, correct? That would be the star map.
Oh, yes, of course. I believe Zage has it.
That was found in Sector Z. It's something we've yet to explore because we haven't had the opportunity. But it came from the shipwreck of the Nexus. Captain August Folchworth. A Spelljammer we sent out 20 years ago.
Correct.
I don't know where that technology came from. But that is
Very well.
I can't stop thinking about it. Something I've never seen before, or been able to replicate.
Yes,
I don't want to put too much on your plate.
No. These are all very good things, sir. I'll put great thought to this today, and we'll put this off to the side and we'll speak about it tomorrow on the breakfast again.
Of course. And if you'd like, I can bring you to the Neogi
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow. Today is about Carlisle.
Yes.
I wipe my mouth and I go. Stand up. Small bow, sir.
Pazzo kind of takes your cue.
That'd be the table.
I am going to send for Ogre. I know things were a little weird last time.
I don't think it'll be so weird this time. I look forward to seeing her.
Okay. Sometime a little bit in the afternoon then.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I immediately go to a lookout spot that's kind of like this hidden little section that I found when I was a kid. That Brish and I actually used to always find, and it was just kind of like this place that we could go to like meditate. We kind of studied it a little bit. It was just like one of the few quiet places you could get. It's kind of hard to get to. But there were these flowers that grew on this vine. They're like a strong, like blue. Not quite a tulip, more like a daisy. And I'm going to go there to pick as many as I can.
Was this lookout? Did it look out beyond Torvengard, like into space?
Yeah.
Okay. So this would be closer to one of the top levels. Like I believe I'd have to check the notes, but I'm pretty sure around level 6 was where the temple of Themis started. There is surrounding that temple of Themis. There is a very large garden that helps to sustain the population, but it's also just like a beautification kind of sentiment there, and it extends out into like an external rim, and there's actually ways to get out onto the slopes of Torvengard from this same level there. And there's kind of like a long forgotten corridor where some of the plants have gone overgrown, and it has like a small window that looks out, and that's where you find yourselves.
So I just pick as many flowers as I can. And then I eventually bring them back to the place where we are going to bury Carlisle, and I begin slowly setting them out. And if I have to, I grab a shovel and I start to help dig.
Okay.
I just do everything I can to prep anything. I'm probably pretty quiet at this point throughout the rest of the day. Like, I don't say much.
Yeah. And Pizor, if it's
Absolutely.
how you would like, Pizor would accompany you at pretty much every turn, silently, against his better nature. Just taking in the sights with you, being with you, and helping you dig.
Okay.
It is just a little bit before noon when Ogre arrives, and she kind of wanders out into the garden, and a soft smile kind of like cracks across her weathered face. She looks to you. She says, "Hello, Carson. It has been quite some time since I last saw you."
A lot's changed.
Indeed it has.
A lot has changed.
Indeed it has. There's kind of solemnness that sets in within her. I have heard great tales of what you have been up to. Would you mind speaking with me of your endeavors and all that you have seen?
One of the most important things that I have seen is I had the privilege of speaking with Dimaga.
So you met a priestess.
I believe a fellow priestess would be the correct term.
You are correct.
I apologize for my ignorance in our prior meeting. As I stated, lots of things have changed, and I was scared.
I sensed great fear and trepidation after I had offered the ceremony. So I apologize for that.
It's not necessary. And then at this point, I've kind of like, we've been like walking slightly kind of in the garden, and we find like a bench and sit down, and I'll go into all the details and open up about everything.
Okay. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
sake of brevity, you're repeating it again.
Yep, no, 100%. I would say there is no need to catch up every NPC with everything that we said. I do believe I can help in this endeavor of yours to seek out the priests. I am one myself, and I do hold a prophecy, but I fear I am not ready to speak these words to you. I am more than willing to aid you in seeking out the next.
And you've told me before.
After what you have said of Dimaga, I think if I give you the prophecy, I will perish. And I feel that as well. These weathered bones cannot persist forever. But I feel my purpose has yet to be seen through.
Very well. As you wish. Where would you send me?
I do not know yet. But with your help, I would like to find out. I hate to say the word ritual, but what about a spell we will cast together, not upon you, but through our own energies, beseeching Femus, communing with Femus, to seek an answer.
I get up and walk away. Just kidding.
Gotcha.
That'd be funny.
I'd welcome it.
I feel here or amongst the temple are two appropriate places for this ceremony.
This feels right. My connection with Femus isn't in a temple. It's in his world, in his creation. And this feels where I'm most connected with him.
So right you are, amongst his creations. She kind of reaches within her robe and pulls out a large bundle of incense and some fine chalks. And she begins to draw out a ritual in like some free space on the ground before you guys. And she begins to cast the commune spell. Before too long, the two of you are seated across from each other, almost in like a meditative trance state, as she's been uttering the incantation. And then there's like a power that fills the two of you. It's almost like a meter being filled. As the incantation progresses, you can feel yourself filling with the power before finally it's like a build-up to a complete, like you feel full of the power before all of a sudden it overtakes you and your vision is thrust beyond you and you find yourself in a void. And you hear the voice of Ogre echoing around you. And she asks, "Oh, Femus,
We are but followers of you. There are more like us beyond our simple home. Where can we find them? And you see at this point there is this like strange smoke that begins to swirl around your vision. And then with almost like a pull from your navel straight through, you are whizzed through the stars. It's like you're pulled from your body and pushed beyond spelljamming speeds. You pass through. I just want to get this right because it's moderately important.
Moderately. Just moderately.
Okay. Faster than you've ever jammed before, you hurtle along as the asteroids around you become sparse. And then even more sparse, to the point where in the distance you can see small clusters, but you're hurtling through open space. And then the clusters become denser. They have an almost sandy appearance to them. The sand asteroids eventually give way to asteroids covered in roving fields of grass. Small trees dot the landscapes of the asteroids. Clusters of trees now. The trees are getting denser amongst the asteroids, and you're still hurtling through and through, beyond the not beyond the Terran fields, but through the Terran fields, screaming in an arc. The cluster of trees become denser, just as the asteroids become denser, until you guys begin to see forests so thick that the asteroids are green, and this dense canopy begins to weave itself between all the asteroids, almost forming this gigantic biosphere. And you crash straight into the canopy of the trees, dodging through branches, zipping past asteroids, and you and Ogre, almost like an astral projection of the two of you, come to a halt in front of what you can only describe as similar to the Temple of Themis, a cathedral-esque building stuck here in the center of this biosphere of trees amongst the Terran fields. There is crenellations and ornate decorations, gargoyles perching upon the parapets of this stone building. And it is a stone building. It is only stone. It looks as if it is a facade of just natural stone, as if it was shaped from the asteroids beyond, but in the perfect shape of a cathedral. There are no doors, no windows, just a featureless gray stone cathedral. And then, with like a hurtling spin, you snap, and you open your eyes, and you're staring once more across from the weathered kobold form of Ogre. And she kind of collapses to the ground, head kind of like lolling to side, and she slowly props herself up, and she just looks at you with this bizarre smile. Oh my. That sure was something.
That is far.
It is far.
What sector did that take us out of?
Make a
roll.
make a roll. I'll let you choose the roll. You first roll. Man, it's been a while since you've rolled, honestly. I don't even know if you did last time. So I'll let you choose. Nature would be an option to kind of get like your bearings amongst the stars. Maybe charting stars that you whizzed past, using the star that is central to the Hollern crystal sphere, using that as kind of a guide, as well as
the density and the shape of the asteroids. You could use a history check to see if you've been here before, or if it was perhaps a sector that is familiar to you because you had explored over towards Sector E, and you'd seen portions of the other sectors looking in upon them from the inside edge. I would go so far as to say, if you would like, you can make a religion check. The DC would be higher for the religion check.
They're all the same.
Oh, are they really? Okay.
So,
Are they all intelligence based? Of course, nature is not wisdom. Duh. Okay.
no, nature's intelligence.
Based upon what you pick, it would be a varying DC.
I will say nature. We'll go with nature.
Nature.
That feels
Okay.
That feels right in
Yes.
the moment. So 13.
Oh, okay. 13. It is entirely unfamiliar to you.
Okay.
And you know it is within a sector you have not explored of, nor heard of. It is a sector that, as opposed to the familiarity of heading towards Sector E, you can tell at the very least this was heading away from Sector E in your current location.
Okay.
And that would basically be from whenever you were traveling into Sector D or Sector E from Sector A, the star was on your right.
Okay.
Heading towards this sector, and upon your arrival, the star was always on your left. And you had journeyed easily through. Let me see if I have it in here of which sector exactly it got to, but I'm not, of course, going to tell you that portion, but I can tell you about how far you made it through. You went further in distance through the sectors than you ever did to get to Sector E.
Okay.
Probably not quite double, but almost double the distance.
Ogre, do you think that's where I need to go right now? Or next, rather?
I cannot make any decisions for you.
I know you can't. Is it important I head there to find this?
I feel Femus would only set us on this path if there was some kind of urgency to it.
That's what I thought.
Bonus. The orbital path of Vistrotar came from, so like if Sector A is here, which is where Torvengard is housed, Sector E being this way, whenever you guys had spotted Vistrotar in its arriving orbit, it had been coming from Sector E, orbiting towards you. It has passed Torvengard in Sector A, and it is heading in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You also know that would be on the interior of the Terran fields, which is, by simple addition, or by simple math, would be the shortest path throughout the Terran fields.
Sure. Okay. Right. Well, that gave me many questions and answers at the same time.
I hope it gave you answers, because it leaves me only with questions.
No, that was great. That was great. Thank you, Ogre.
I will always be here, waiting for when the time is right. And perhaps I will tell you when that time is right.
Well, I will find this cathedral, and this next priest or priestess, and I will come tell you of it.
Of course. I do have magics that would allow me to communicate with you from great distances, across plains if needed. If it is permitted, I would reach out to you occasionally.
Of course. Of course it's permitted.
That would be a great pleasure to me. The connection you have with Femus is unlike any other. Even mine, High Priestess to his very temple. I feel at a distance of the Creator. Tantham has hardly ever spoken with Femus. Even Carlyle admitted to speaking with him very seldomly. So you are quite the curiosity.
I get that.
There is one thing I have been curious of since I first met you.
Yes.
I attempted this when we first met, before I scared you off. If now is an apt time, I would like to, I dare say, perform a ritual.
Yes, you may.
She reaches once more into the sleeves of her robe, and she produces a smattering. Let me get this right, because sometimes spell components are important. Commander's log. I have them here. Okay. Oh, okay. There are not any components that are applicable. So, she pulls a smattering of, I wouldn't say bones per se, but like trinkets from her sleeves, and she casts them on the ground, mutters an incantation, and her eyes kind of like roll back, and you see almost this like this warm flame encompass her eyes as she looks at you, and she chuckles. She says, I was right. Divine blood courses through your veins. You are nigh almost a celestial.
I think I've come to realize that.
I think that is why Cognin chose you.
You don't say.
I do.
and with that, we
What an
are
episode.
going to end the session here.
Hey guys, what an episode. Great job.
Super fun.
A lot of role playing there.
You know,
Lots of it. Awesome.
so if you are into two grown men role playing together alone, you might be interested in what we're doing here. Clearly you are, because you guys are at the end of episode 17.
You are 2 hours deep watching this now.
And I just like to thank you guys so much for being here with us and supporting us along our journey. So be sure to check the descriptions for all our socials.
Thanks,
Anything else
guys.
to add?
We appreciate it. That would be episode number 17. Till next time, see ya.